Sometimes when you're designing a layout, you have to use what's called placeholder text, in other words, dummy text. What dummy text allows you to do is it allows you to preview or set up your document before you get the final copy, which sometimes happens in the real world. We're going to use placeholder text, which is actually called lorem ipsum, and it comes from a Latin text from quite a long time ago. Printers have been using this same placeholder text since the 60s, and it's just a bit of a mishmash of the lorem ipsum text, the original lorem ipsum text. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to the type tool, and I want to start on page 2. So I'm just going to scroll down here to page 2, and I'm going to click, drag, and drop a guide just beneath the orange creativity box. And then I'm going to, with the type tool selected, I'm going to start at the guide that lines up with creativity and the N and education like any other. And I'm going to click, drag, and drop. Make sure that you stay within the columns. So it's hard to see right now, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to demonstrate two things. First, how to place a Word document in, and then instead how to use dummy text, the placeholder text. So if I wanted to include regular text, what I would do is I would go File, Place, and then I would select a Word document. In this case, just to test out, I'm going to select the Week 7 video design document. And you can see here, here's the Word document. And you can see I've got, if I click over here, I've got one error. That's because I have overset text. Now, if I wanted to, I could click on the plus symbol, and I could go up here, and actually InDesign is going to pick up where I left off. Now, let's say I didn't want it to go over innovation. I could click here again and basically follow the text all the way through. But that's not actually what I want to do. I'm just going to delete these. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create another text box, go back to the type tool, and I'm going to click, drag, and drop. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up to my menu, but this time I'm going to click on type, and I'm going to fill with placeholder text. There's that Latin text, the lorem ipsum text. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another text box here, type, fill with placeholder text. I'm going to go underneath innovation. I might have gone a little too far. I'm just going to bump it up. Again, type, fill with placeholder text. Now I'm going to do that here as well. I've got to make sure that I've got everything lined up nicely. I think that needs to be bumped a little bit to the right. And I'm going to create another text box here, text box number 1. I'm going to drag and drop a guide. And again, another text box with the same measurements, just like so. Okay, and here I'm going to type, fill with placeholder text, type, fill with placeholder text, and then finally I'm going to do my last column of type here, click, drag and drop. I can see that it didn't quite go right up to the edge, so I'm just going to click and drag this, and I'm going to go back to the type tool, place my cursor, and type, fill with placeholder text. Okay, so now I have placeholder text on pages 2, 3, and 4.